That is one of the best cocktails that I've riffed up on this channel. So for this, we're going for 60 ml of your favourite whiskey. Now the first one of these additions, if you are not familiar with what pandan is, I keep saying Thai, but think of it more as an Asian leaf. But it has this biscuity, vanilla-y, coconut kind of flavour to it. 15 ml. Now this is an oldie, but a goodie. But what I found with the pandan is that actually like nuttiness, hazelnutty in this case, Frangelico plays really, really well. Going for 15 ml, half an ounce. Now we need to go for the sour element in lemon juice. I always use these days Boiron 100%. It's cheaper than buying fresh lemons. So 30 ml. And for a sweetener, I'm doing a couple of different things for sweetener. I kind of like this. I like using agave sweeteners these days. I think that adds a different sort of layer to cocktails. Just going for 10 ml. Then we're bringing out the disco grenadine. What makes it disco? Because proper grenadine is pomegranate. Bristol have got two grenadines, but their disco grenadine actually combines pomegranate with raspberry. So we're just going for 5 ml. Now I'm going to rock these out. Miss Better's Smoke and Oak Bitters. Just going for about a third of a pipette. Then I mentioned egg white replacements. One brand I use on cocktail masterclasses is Oggs. It's like aquafaba chickpea kind of thing, and it's very, very good for doing events. But when I'm at home, what I actually use is Miss Better's Miraculous Foamers. You just kind of need 10 drops. That is going to be seriously hard not to finish that before the end of the video. Oh my God, that is so damn good. So many different layers of flavours going on there. Interestingly, the top note, and I had to stop and think what was doing it. I've got this like fruity berry note, and it's that disco grenadine, 5 ml. I've got 5 ml of that sort of raspberryness that just beautifully comes up there. Raspberry and hazelnut works so well together as a classic combination there. So the Frangelico works in that cocktail. You've then got that pandan, which gives you that sort of biscuity, not so much coconutty vibe in there, but definitely that sort of biscuity. Oh, it just works so well with that. You don't lose the whiskey. You don't lose the ethos of what the cocktail is. It's a sour, you know, so it's a whiskey sour, but you've just got beautiful layers of flavour in there. That is one of the best cocktails that I've riffed up on this channel by, that's easily, I'd have to, it's a bold claim, I'm going to have to look at the back catalogue, but in my head, that's straight gone into top 3. I'm going to be struggling to beat that. Even the coconut daiquiri, which I absolutely flipping adored, this is seriously good. I don't want to play with anything there because this cocktail is the sum of all those little parts. And I think if I didn't have those oak bitters, the smoky oaky bitters, you wouldn't get that element. If I didn't have the hazelnut, I wouldn't certainly get that. If I didn't have the pandan, the Kota, it's just all these flavours. I would like to try it with different whiskies, just for my own pure curiosity. And I know we've got the close up, but let me hold that up there even closer. Can you see what those foamers do? They just give you that lovely sort of white layer of foam on top of the cocktail. It's just stunning. Right, so what I'm going to do, put my recipe up on screen right now, along with the original, you know, whiskey sour. I want to hear from you guys. Genuinely take me at my word here, because that is stunning. If you've got a pandan liqueur, if you've got the Frangelico, that combination with whiskey, really, really love that disco grenadine, that 5 ml. If I'd done 10 ml, that would have been overpowering. It's just so subtle there in the background, this raspberry hazelnut. I'm very impressed with my work here, very impressed. But I want to hear from you guys. What would you do to a whiskey sour? It doesn't have to be using the pandan or the Frangelico. Take the base whiskey sour, and what would you do to kind of take it in a different direction to make your bar stand out? So people, as I say, people order familiar drinks, but it doesn't necessarily mean to say that they want them as the original recipe should do. They order a whiskey sour because they know the whiskey sour. Other cocktails on a menu they might not have heard of, and they might not have heard of the ingredients or anything like that. Yes, case in point, they might not have heard pandan. But if you described it as this coconutty, biscuity, vanilla-y, hazelnutty you know, whiskey sour, raspberry whiskey sour, I think that's going to sell. If you list Pandan, if you list that, people are not going to know what the hell that is. So how you word cocktail menus is super important as well. That's never not going to make you money. That's a showpiece cocktail on any single menu that I would do. That's stunning. Easy 10 out of 10 for me. Easy 10 out of 10. The easiest 10 out of 10 cocktail that I've ever given a score to. It's just incredible. I'll see you next time.